International tensions have significantly increased following a dramatic claim by Russia's Federal Security Service (FSB) that it successfully thwarted a sophisticated plot allegedly orchestrated by Ukrainian and British intelligence service to hijack a MiG-31 fighter jet. This specific aircraft is notable for being armed with a Kinzhal hypersonic missile, a centerpiece of Moscow's advanced arsenal. According to Russian state media, the plan involved recruiting Russian pilots with offers of up to $3 million and foreign citizenship for their families. The core of the alleged mission was for the pilot to defect and fly the high-value aircraft into NATO-controlled airspace near Constanta, Romania, a location hosting the largest NATO installation in southeastern Europe. The FSB further alleged that the ultimate goal of what it termed a massive provocation was not necessarily to capture the jet intact, but potentially for it to be shot down by NATO air defense system once it crosses into Romanian airspace. This act, Moscow claims, would have been engineered to create a major international incident, framing Russia as an aggressor against alliance territory. Russian officials pointed to a history of such attempts, including a 2023 defection of a Russian Mi-8 pilot to Ukraine and a 2022 accusation against a Bellingcat investigator for involvement in a similar recruitment attempt. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov directly accused British intelligence of orchestrating the scheme, questioning how the United Kingdom would address these allegations and citing London's history of provocations. Neither Ukrainian nor British officials have issued comments on Moscow's explosive claims. The incident highlights the intense and often unseen intelligence war running parallel to the physical conflict, demonstrating the high stakes involved in capturing or neutralizing advanced military technology. The precarious global security situation was further underscored by stark warning from Russian officials regarding nuclear weapons. Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov reiterated Moscow's stance that it would resume nuclear testing if any other nuclear power decides to do so first, framing the policy as a direct response to potential escalations from the West. This position comes amid rising concerns over the erosion of long-standing arms control agreements and what Lavrov described as concerning statements from the United States suggesting nuclear tests could be used for geopolitical leverage. Lavrov also stated that Moscow had not received any official clarification from Washington regarding recent remarks by U.S. President Donald Trump about the potential resumption of nuclear testing. He indicated that it was unclear whether President Trump's comments referred to full-scale tests or subcritical tests, which are not prohibited. President Vladimir Putin had previously instructed security officials to prepare for a response should the U.S. conduct a test. In a separate but related theater of tension, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko issued a sharp ultimatum to neighboring Lithuania over the recent closure of border crossing. Lukashenko accused Vilnius of engaging in a mad scam and a hybrid war, warning that over 1,000 stranded Lithuanian trucks could be confiscated if the crossings are not reopened within days. Lithuania, a member of NATO and the European Union, closed the crossing, citing disruption to air traffic at Vilnius airport caused by meteorological balloons launched from Belarus, which it characterized as part of broader anti-Western campaign to undermine stability. This standoff on NATO's eastern flank adds another layer of complexity and friction to the already strained relationship between Russian allies and the West. On the economic and domestic front, Russian President Vladimir Putin held a meeting with Sergey Aksyonov, the head of Crimea, who reported on the peninsula economic performance despite ongoing Western sanctions. Aksyonov highlighted significant growth in budget revenues, attributing the positive trend to federal support, national projects, and a robust tourism sector, which he claimed attracted 6 million visitors in 2025. He pointed to extensive infrastructure development, including the construction of new schools, hospitals, and waste processing facilities, as evidence of progress since the region's reunification with Russia. Aksyonov emphasized that private investment over the past decade has been substantial, leading to the creation of tens of thousands of jobs and significant increases in spending on housing, utilities, and transportation infrastructure. Putin acknowledged the stable and steady headway being made in the Republic, noting construction as a key driver of the economy, while also stressing the need for continued efforts to increase individual incomes for the population. This focus on Crimea's development serves as a message of Moscow's long-term commitment to the region, showcasing a resilience and integration in the face of international pressure and isolation. The report of economic stability and growth is juxtaposed against the backdrop of the intense military conflict, where Russia continues to invest heavily in its military capabilities. The battlefield in Ukraine is witnessing a significant escalation, with both sides reporting intense combat operation and strategic shift. Russia claims to have upgraded its Iskander and Kinzhal missile systems, incorporating new software and evasive maneuvers specifically designed to bypass Ukraine's sophisticated Patriot air defense system. According to reports, these modifications allow the missiles to execute abrupt endgame dives and lateral shift, which makes it much harder for radar systems to maintain a stable track for interception. This technological adaptation has reportedly led to a sharp decrease in the interception rates of these ballistic missiles, posing a renewed threat to critical infrastructure across Ukraine. In parallel, Russian ground forces are engaged in major offensive operations in key eastern sectors. A massive concentration of Russian troops, estimated to be around 150,000 to 170,000, has been deployed in a push toward the strategic city of Pokrovsk in the Donetsk region. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has described the situation in this area as difficult, acknowledging the scale and intensity of Russian assault. Fierce fighting is ongoing, with Ukrainian defenders facing a significant numerical disadvantage. Simultaneously, Russian forces have reportedly made significant advances in the battle for Kupyansk, a vital railway hub in the Kharkiv region. Russian commanders claim to have captured strategic sites, including an oil depot and key railway infrastructure, and asserts that Ukrainian units in the area are at risk of being encircled. This development on the front lines, from technological arms race to large-scale ground offensive, indicate a potential turning point in the conflict, with both Moscow and Kyiv vying for decisive advantage as the war grinds on. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you haven't unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. Do you believe Russia's claim that Western intelligence agency plotted to steal a MiG-31 fighter jet with a Kinzhal hypersonic missile? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.